Okay, let's talk about how you can balance business and family. You're a CEO, you're an entrepreneur, you've got all these big dreams and visions in your business, and guess what? You also have a spouse, you've got kids that you want to be present with. So how do you navigate both of these worlds? You may be thinking, I just need to push a little bit harder. I need to get my revenue just to this certain point, and then I'll have time to be present with my family. And listen, that is a huge mistake. I'm gonna show you how to avoid this huge mistake, how to avoid divorce and feeling like you don't have a connection with your kids and have success in your business. First, I'm gonna show you what you physically need to be doing in your day to do this, and then we're gonna talk about what you need to put on your calendar to ensure that you have alignment with your spouse. Step number one is you've gotta have a very clear morning routine. You might not even be a morning person, and I don't care what time your alarm is going off or even if you have an alarm, but you've gotta already have made a decision the day before what your morning is going to look like. If you don't, your day gets hijacked. So what does that morning routine look like for you? This is how you're gonna start to develop a relationship with yourself. Why does that even matter? Because we're building the business from the inside out. When I can get you internally aligned, you then show up at the team and you create alignment with the team. We're all pointed in the same direction. We're all going towards the same goal and objective. So let's make a decision on what that morning routine looks like for you. The second thing that's gonna help you balance business and family is to make a decision on how and when you're going to connect with your spouse. It's really easy to get caught up in the busyness and that energy of your business. And in doing that, we can start to disconnect from our spouse and actually no longer be on the same page with them. And so how do you avoid this? You are really intentional with that relationship. What does that look like for me? About 5-6 years ago, I started to notice that me and my husband, we were only taking date nights occasionally. Honestly, work trips to go pitch our products to Target or go to a trade show in Vegas, those were kind of becoming our date nights. And they were very sporadic and not something that either one of us could rely on. And so what would it look like for you to start making a decision right now on one day a week where you're going to intentionally go on a date with your spouse? You would not believe how much this can change things. I remember a time specifically when the business was starting to grow. It was really, really busy. Me and my husband honestly hardly ever saw each other because when I was working, he was with the kids. When I was with the kids, he was working. And so we were like two ships passing in the night. And I remember this one day, I'm in the kitchen, dishwasher's running, kids are in bed, and I'm sweeping. And I was saying in my mind, we just need to get to $1 million because once we get there, then we'll have time to be together as a family. Then I'll have time to go on a date with my spouse. And the reality is, those things do not change on their own. There is never a magical revenue number or a time in which those kinds of things are going to change. If you want to have a strong relationship with your kids, your spouse, your extended family, you've got to be intentional about it, including making a decision and putting it on your calendar. Can we both agree that balancing business and family is not easy? But you know what is easy? Clicking the link below so you can like and subscribe to more of my videos like this. I've got so much more that I can help you with, and you've got to jump into my world, so click the button and keep watching these videos. And then the third thing, specifically when it comes to the kids, you've got to have a hard stop for the end of your workday. This one can be excruciatingly difficult. But what it looks like is making a decision ahead of time, picking a stop time, whether that's 5, 5:30, 6, maybe if you're like me, 3. But you pick an actual stop time and then you commit to it. Here's the deal. Sometimes you'll come up against that stop time and there's just that last email that you need to send. And that might be the case. And in a rare occasion, I will say, that's great and awesome. You need to acknowledge the stop time, whether that is go and tell the kids, hey, mom's just finishing or dad's just finishing and I'll be there in 5 more minutes. Or texting your spouse saying, hey, I need 10 more minutes to finish this email and then I'll be able to jump into family dinner, whatever that is. But picking that hard stop for work and then sticking to it. It can be very tempting to stop at that time and then go pull out your laptop or try and keep working from your phone. You're not effective when you're doing those things. And if you can pick that time, make a decision and commit to it, and then show up and be your word, you're gonna build tremendous trust with yourself, with your spouse, with your kids. You're going to have that ability to be present and build the life that you want, right? The whole reason we're building this business is also that you can have this life. So make a decision on what your stop time is for the day and commit to it and do it. Okay, so we talked about morning routine, date night, and choosing a hard stop for the end of your workday. I'm gonna make an invitation here because listen, insight's cool, it's fun, it's exciting. You've learned some things here. Let's take that learning and put it into action. That's where you're gonna start to see the real change in your life. So pick one of those and make a decision around it, what that morning routine is going to look like, and just pick one thing. What that date night, when that date night's going to happen, or when your hard stop is, make one decision and put it on your calendar right now. Guess what? Might feel a little intimidating. Your mind's gonna be like, yeah, but what about on Wednesdays? On Wednesdays, you have an extra workload, so you need to work longer. Whatever it is, your mind's gonna start beating you up and saying, no, you can't do that because of this. And listen, make a decision, put it on your calendar. If we need to shift and change things around, you'll start to see that. Guess what? It's flexible. It's an iPhone. You can make a change. So make a decision, put it on your calendar, and then commit to it. Once you've done that, start executing on it for the next 3 weeks, and then go on to the next thing. And if you're trying to understand how to balance business and family, you're probably also wondering how you can manage your time. I've got a whole video on this for you, so make sure that you go and watch that video, and I'll see you in that video soon.